Hi, and thank you for letting me come out and talk to you a little bit about my own experience with medications and living with FASD. I guess I should start with the fact that I was diagnosed as an adult fairly later on in life. So that made a big difference because before that, I had been to see psychiatrists and psychologists for a number of years. And eventually, what ended up happening was one time I went through a really bad period and I was prescribed antidepressants, specifically a type of antidepressant known as SSRIs. And while they were able to alleviate the symptoms of depression and anxiety, they unfortunately had a really nasty side effect as far as I was concerned. I couldn't talk. Well, I could form words, but more than 3 words in a sentence was almost impossible. It was frustrating. It was work. And the problem is, being a person who likes to write and talk and explore other ideas, I found that extremely frustrating. So one thing that I found about them is that the side effects can be really nasty for some people. And for that reason, they have put warnings on them now, especially with adolescents, that they can lead to suicide. So, my suggestion, if someone is being put on these, make sure it's for as short a period as possible. And if we can keep the time period down and do it with counseling, then try and get off them and deal with things through nutrition, sleep, healthy lifestyles, and those things. One of the other areas that I've had some experience in is my ADHD diagnosis, which went along with this. And for that, I am currently prescribed Ritalin. We're in the process of looking at taking me off that because, again, long-term side effects can be a little problematic. Being on stimulants for a number of years is hard on the body. Now, towards that end, I'd like to sort of mention that there is some really exciting research going on with the idea of medical cannabis. Now, I'm not talking about going out behind the shed with Phil and John and, seeing what happens. I'm talking about strains that are specifically mixed for certain purposes, such as lack of appetite or sleep problems or attention, focus. These can all be sort of by using different strengths, those can be taken care of. So that's something to look at if it's legal in your country at this time. Right now, it's a fairly controversial thing, but it does show great promise. My advice would be based on my own experience. Now, I'm not a doctor and I don't even play one on TV, but my own experience says whenever possible, try not to use the meds if you can. If you need them, that's perfectly understandable. And then try and keep, the amount as little as possible because we're still putting a foreign substance in our bodies. And that's RJ Formanek with my opinion on my experience on meds. Thank you once again.